Hi, I'm Corey from ID Parts, and in this video I'll be replacing the air filter on this Audi Q5 3.0 liter TDI. Replacing your air filter is one of the simplest and most easy ways to save money. So I've got a filter here from Hengst. Let's get to it. The only tool we need for this job is a T25 Torx screwdriver. There are 5 screws around the outside of the top of the air filter box that we'll have to remove. I don't recommend using a power drill for this job because these are screws that go into plastic and they're very easy to strip both on the way out and putting them back in. So this really is a job that you want to spend the extra time and use a manual screwdriver for. Now you don't have to take these screws out all the way as they are somewhat captive, so you can unscrew them, and as soon as you feel the resistance stop, you can stop unscrewing. The top can come off with the screws still in place. And there are 2 in the back, 1 on either side of the mass airflow sensor. After you've got these screws undone, you should remove the connector for the mass airflow sensor. The connector has a lock on it, so you need a flathead screwdriver to slide the lock out of the way before you can pinch the connector and take it off. Once you have the cover up and out of the way, it's helpful to disconnect the 2 mass airflow sensor clips. That way you can take the whole top out of the vehicle. Now there are 2 small Torx screws that you'll have to remove that hold the air filter element itself onto the housing. Those are T15 Torx screws. There you go. If you compare the old filter and the new filter, you can see that I'm choosing to install a filter that has a pre-filter on it. Now these pre-filters are made to try and prevent snow, moisture from getting onto the paper element. Now this filter came with a new O-ring which needs to be installed on the inside of the filter. It also came with a little tube of little silicone grease. You want to pop that all over the O-ring, that way the O-ring doesn't fall out of place when you're installing it. Reattach the 2 small T15 Torx screws. And we can push the mass airflow sensor housing back into place, get those clips attached. You'll notice it's actually quite a snug fit, so that extra silicone lubricant really helps. Slide the cover back on, being sure it's fully lined up before you start tightening down any of the screws. That's it. I told you it was pretty easy. This air filter is supposed to be good for 40,000 miles. In my experience, this is a pretty thirsty, for air. The 3 liter uses a lot of air. I think a 20,000 mile interval is a little more realistic. You can definitely feel the better breathing from a cleaner air filter just by doing this swap. So it's pretty easy. I suggest you do it every 20,000 miles. Thanks as always for watching. If this was useful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see new diesel videos as I make them. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or you can email me, sales@IDParts.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter as ID Parts. Take care.